Hey, what you know, Slayer Chaos here once more. Well, back again, whatever you want to call it, with Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires. If I can have it. There we go. This recently came out, and I'm a massive fan of Dynasty Warriors series. I'm meaning to try and get round to actually let's playing them. But this is the first one I know of, apart from Extreme Legends, that came out on PC. And my laptop is actually quite good for these things now, which I actually think I complained in the past about actually being a piece of junk, but that's a different laptop entirely. Now, the good news. This is going to be a let's play. This is going to be an entire let's play of probably a couple of lives, doing it different ways. We'll see what happens, I'll build up as it goes along. But, a few things to note, aside from that. One, I haven't finished this myself. This isn't blind by any means, it's Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires. If you played one, you play them all. There's a few things different between them, but there's not really much you can really differentiate between Dynasty Warriors, for God's sake. Otherwise, I have done a few small things in game. I haven't finished the story. I haven't really gone anywhere at all, so you know, I think the most done is unify North East China, which isn't a lot in game. As for characters, I have done quite a few edit characters. First thing I did when I got the game was do edit characters. That's what really draws me to these. But this is going to be my kind of no context let's play, if that makes sense. I'll do this one as 8 Extreme Legends eventually, and that'll be where you get the context on what the Three Kingdoms is. But you know, this is the one I like right now. This is the one I'm playing. But I want you to bear a few things in mind. PC version. I'm still working out the kinks myself. I haven't worked out what works where, what settings I need, and a lot of things. There are a couple of graphical glitches. I have had quite a few. I have had quite a few where you see buildings on people. And I'm pretty sure that's not a graphical glitch, I'm sure that's a game glitch. Which, you know, that's something I can't handle. I've had a few eyes and weapons being misplaced. I have had a few instances where people have no eyes at all. And I'm not even going to go into what some of the edit mode glitches. There are some issues with the edit mode where the eyes get too big, but I've avoided them. So, what am I going to bring you? I'm going to bring you a story from the Gathering of Heroes scenario, which is set in 1 AD, and it's an entirely fictional scenario, obviously. I'm going to bring it on normal difficulty. There is officer death allowed, and we are going to be having edit officers. Now, this doesn't mean that I am going to be favouring them over normal characters. Far from it. If there is a choice between two characters, and it's a serious choice, we have to choose between an edit character and I think the game calls them playable characters, playable officers. If it's original or if it's in the game, I will choose the ones that come in the game. I am not entirely sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with a officer that I like. This is probably where we're gonna see some issues because, well, that's not happened before. Come on, game. There we go. Oh, come on, come on. This is misbehaving. But yeah, just to get around to it, I'm not gonna pick a character that's from one of the Three Kingdoms or the other side or Jin. I'm gonna pick another character. And I have quite a few, and yes, none of these names are Chinese. I'm sorry. As much as I like the idea of making a Chinese character, I don't know the names to save my life. And yes, some of these names were made when I was a teenager. I'm sorry, it's been that long. But some of these characters you will never see me get rid of. I just love these guys. So, whose story is it going to be? That's the big question. That's probably what you're all here for. Well, I say you're all here for. You're here for my voice, obviously. Anyway, what are we all here for? This is going to be the tale of Silven. Silven Eridora, who is a ruler. I am going to make her kingdom out of people from the thing. All these characters have a story. These are all obviously characters I've made. There we go. Now, this is led by Silven with. I'm sorry, it's not loading. I don't know why. You'll see what they look like when we get in the game, but all you need to know. Dark. I will probably be calling Swiftblade for no other reason. Yeah, there we go. Yes, you know, the traditional Chinese garb of that armor. Get are they loading, or is it just that one? There you go. Yeah, these are actually now loading. But yeah, all of these characters have a place within the tale of Silven's Kingdom. These are all going to be the ridge starting cast I go with. I will be building up, so I want you to bear that in mind. Now, we're not going to start in the north. The north is actually kind of rich in most respects. I think I find the best place to start is Luoyang or Chang'an. Is it Luoyang? Yeah, Luoyang. Now you're probably all looking at that like, what the hell's going on with these? Now, I can't explain half the stuff that's going on here. I mean, again, I'm barely learning it myself. But that is your total income of what you get. Left is your material. Middle is your gold or money or whatever you want to call it. And the right is your manpower. These will come into play during the game. So we want to go with a place that's relatively high if we want a good start, which would be like Chang'an, Luoyang, up here, that way. These places can have a lot of manpower, these give you a lot of buildings, that sort of thing. Down here is generally easy to defend land because there's already like, what, that's one link into up north, so you can hold here, ow, fucking down here is very easy to defend because it's one link. Down here is one link to the north, and down here is one link. These areas are generally easy to defend, you just hold the borders. Same over here in Changru, which is like 2 links, but then you go over this way. There is not a lot of stretching this way, so I'm going to go with the logical. I'm going to take Nan Zhong. Now, historically, this is where the Nan Man tribe were from, but you know, who needs a Nan Man tribe when you've got us? I am playing on the controller, so you might see me fluke up and playing the keys a lot because there's some things on this that I haven't exactly got figured out. I mean, granted, you know, PC game. We gotta go for the PC race. There are some things which I cannot handle without touching the keyboard, and I'll go like, you know, that's the wrong key, press the button, that sort of thing. I'm learning how to play this, so, you know, bear that in mind. Right, so let's go. This is the tale of Silven. And Silven forces, whatever I'll call it. And the loading screen will give you a idea of the 3 kingdoms by giving you bios of officers. I kind of wish they would go into detail about some of the battles. I mean, it says about the battle one do there is highlighted. These are all taken from the biography. Maybe I'll call that, I think it is. I got a couple of bugbears with this game, and then we're going to set some music. I do have a couple of bugbears with this game, and I will go over them as they pop up. But the first one I'm going to go over is kind of minor. It's generally, how to explain it? The edit mode is kind of strange, because I don't think they went over 100% because you can, like I said before, you can make a character whose eyes pop out their head. And yeah, I do like them. The game's entirely in Japanese in the dubbing. So when you're going over voices, you can't tell what the guy's saying, so you might go with like, oh, there's a hero voice, and it turns out to be as a prick. That sort of thing. Otherwise, it's generally there. The edit mode gives you a lot to work with. And this is going to take forever to load, isn't it? Hello? Computer? It's fully loaded. What's going on? There we go. You watch your crash now. Oh, there we go. Yep, there you are. And yes, I am very imaginative in how they look. Right. This is... oh god, that's laggy. What the hell's going on? Sorry about this, folks. It's not happened before. I had to turn the graphics options down later. But, yeah, okay. This is basically, you can set up what you want your guys to do, what policy you got. Like, if I want a personnel policy, I'll go with that. That tends to get you a lot of manpower, I've found, which is kind of weird. If you want to build your regions up, you can go with finances. If you want to do foreign diplomacy, you do this. And if you want to focus on your guys' raiding, they will do. Now, this is generally you assign 3 levels. You can go straight 3, you can go 2 and 1, you can go 1 and 1, or you can just, any combination of the above. As long as you spend 3 levels. If you intend on invading, yes, you do want to go battle, but this is going to affect you for half a year. So in half a year, you've got to think, okay, which one do I want to go? I personally, for the start, want to go with finance and diplomacy. And there we go. And yes, the edit portraits do look atrocious, even I'll agree. I love that just the repetitive bowing. Right, they also give you objectives. You pick 3. Now these give you merits. Merits are experience in this game. They afford you to level up. They also do other things, but for the purpose of rulers, they just help you level up. So I want to go with an alliance. I want to go with a weapon forge, and I want to go with a raid. Do I go invading? Or do I want to go raid? Invasion's over. So, January 1st of the AD1. Boy, that AD1. Right, so China is in disarray, and we are tasked with unifying it in a way. Better than I know in a way. Now, what you can do, you have a set of things to do. You can rest. I'll go with the bottom one first because that's going to be the easiest one to explain. You can rest, which is basically you just give up your turn. You just don't do anything, which can be useful if you're trying to buy time, which is kind of weird when you think about it because you actually kind of want to be doing everything you can. There's always going to be something you can do. It's always going to be something that benefits you. So you shouldn't really be resting. So, there's probably something else in the background there, but who knows. Purchase is basically you go and visit the shops, the blacksmith or the academy, and get stuff from them. So the academy is where you get your strategies and tactics from. They're called stratagems in game. So that's basically you build up what your army can do outside of the basic army. You need to build academies in your I want to say civilization, in your native kingdom, to get this to be stronger, to be better, to get more variety there. Item shops are basically where you buy things like dragon spleens and stuff like that, which help give you stats for your characters. They can also give you saddles and things like that. That sort of thing. And the blacksmith is where you get your weapons. You need to build blacksmiths all over to afford these. You also need to pay money. This is your invade battle, which is basically you can invade an enemy region, so we might be going invading soon. You can defend while your region is being invaded, we don't need to right now, or you can raid a region. The difference between invasion and raiding, if you raid, you damage a region. If you invade and win, you claim a region. I am 90%, I believe if you raid and damage a region enough, it flips to you. I don't know for certain. If it does, then that is a useful thing. Defending is, you can have a region be invaded 3 times without defending and without it being successful invasion, and it'll stay as yours. The 4th time it'll flip to the enemy who's invading, which is kind of big when you think about it. Schemes are basically your foreign policies, like I can do an alliance, I can do this other stuff later on, but because of who I am, I can't do anything apart from an alliance. Politics is literally something that's in, but they probably should have put this somewhere else with like materials and stuff like that. Like economy, because sell materials, you trade 9,000 materials for 7,000 gold. Yeah, that's a decent trade when you think about it. Levy is, you notice the arrow along the virtue, that basically if you levy, you are being evil, despotic, tyrannous, whatever you want to call it. You are forcing the populace to give you money and material. And generally speaking, you don't want to do that. Well, you can do that, the game actually accommodates for it, but I don't do that myself. It's better for the short-term benefits, but long-term it won't help you out that much unless you've got officers in your ranks who agree with you, and when you do that, and you can become an evil git doing that. Trade is basically just, trade, you just gain materials. Construct a facility, you can build blacksmiths and item shops, academies, and other things around your region. Only 2 per region, and these can be other things apart from just those 3. There's something that helps you get manpower, something that helps you get money, something that helps you get materials, and there's also a castle wall which absorbs, I believe it was 1 damage. It's either 1 damage or it stops the region being taken over twice at once. Move capital, I have never done. I'm guessing it does what it doesn't in. Repair is when a region gets damaged, you use that to bring it back up. And donate is you donate materials to the populace to make them happier. You also choose the region you donate to. Military is basically around your obviously military training, troop numbers, that sort of thing. There's also healing, which your guys, if they spend too long fighting, they will degrade in performance over time. So you kind of want to give some officers a break. That's also what rest is for. Conscript, you get troops. Targeted training, you train 1 officer. Group training, you train everyone. Personnel is more related around troops and, well, sorry, officers and yourself. You can recruit other officers, you can recruit, you can dismiss an officer, you can dismiss. You can step down from a position of ruler. Now, I don't really get why this is there. I kind of understand because if someone doesn't want to be a ruler anymore, they can do that. But then, there's only really 2 ways you can win the game: by leading a kingdom, or being an officer in that kingdom and helping them win, helping them unite the land. It's kind of one of those things where probably you get people who go like, "Oh, you want to be a officer now," but then by that point you might have just unified the land already, which it kind of doesn't make sense. There's also officers who can do that, but it's different for them because they step down as their own. Nothing else changes. Promote. You can make someone a strategist or marshal. They get their own benefits, and a prefect who rules their own regions. Interact. I can interact with characters. Banquet and a great banquet are for more wide-ranging. They help your relationships around your officers in general. Now that's a basic idea of this. Now you might be thinking, you know, this looks really simple. It is. It's just a really stupid way of going about it. And just excuse me a second. You might see a mouse. There we go. Sorry, I put the screen on wrong. Anyway, so you might be thinking, well, turn 1, what do you want to do? We get level 1 weapons for free. We already have weapons. We don't have an army. So I am going to conscript. So we got 4,000 men for 2,000 gold. I was gonna call it gold. It's like cash. Now, that's your monthly income losses, whatever you want to call it. Stick free. There's done something on its own accord. That's nice. So I've got mine. Mine gives you more materials. So we want to do the strategy objective to get more merits. Helps us level up outside combat. So I want to form an alliance with someone. So I'm going to Schemes Alliance. Our biggest neighbor right now is who's this down here? Elias. Ooh, that's an answer. Now you can send someone, or you can go and do it yourself. Everyone's got a different rate, and annoyingly, everyone's got the same rate right now. Typical. So I'll go myself. I'll go to Elias with an envoy. Now, the thing with negotiations when you're doing them yourself, your officers will do it as they think is best. You can do it as you want. So I can say, okay, I'll give you materials, I'll give you money, even though I can't afford the money right now. I'll give you troops, I'll give you 1,000 of each, which he really likes apparently. I wish to petition for your aid. I will try and intimidate you with my army. I will try and coerce you into joining my side, or I'll persuade you in doing so. Now of all these, these 4 tend to vary depending on what you are. Like if you're really if they're a really virtuous ruler, petition works. If they are very strong, I guess, I don't know. If you're a very smart person, persuade will work. If you're very strong, intimidate will work. I don't know what coerce works under. But right now, offer all resources 1,000 of each. That works best. Try it. Nice. Okay, thank you guys. Any good there? So we don't really want to fight Elias right now. He's our biggest neighbour. So we want to try and work our way another way, and we got a title. Titles. Yeah, I don't get them either. They put them in the game, and they seem to give you bonuses for achieving them. Leadership if you're a ruler, and health if you're otherwise. Now, I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but it's, you know, I don't get why they put them in. I mean, like, leadership just doesn't really make sense to me. Materials, that's nice. So, what else do we want to do? We want to either build a forge or participate in an invasion. So, I want to invade. Do I have troops? Yeah, so we go to invade, do that. Generally, you got a choice. You can either do a raid, then invade. Damn it, there's 2 mines here, really? You can either do a raid, then invade them, which is kind of, you know, you damage them, then you make it count. Or you can just straight out invade them. Now, here they have... Holy crap, they have all... What's the name? Lubu Kai Wang Ju Hong. Look at rats. No. Okay, so when you're here, I'm going to use that with that. You basically get told that you want to choose soldiers. So I'm going to choose F1 I have, because that should fill out the ranks. Or if it doesn't, then something's wrong. Yeah, that's it, Leon unlocks. So, when you've got F1 sorted out, like who you want to bring, it's free to bring them along as an officer. It's not free to give them troops. You need at least 1 soldier on the field before they go, okay, you can go. So you want to assign troops. I go max out as best I can, which makes it an even match apparently. I'm going to try and give Leon some soldiers. Now, you can change your officer. For now, I'm going to stick a Silven. Not because I've got the most troops, obviously. No one knows all that. That's weird. Why have they got a line sword? That's good. Okay. So, let's get going, shall we? So, our first invasion is the Battle of Chengdu. Right. So, when you get into a battle, this is the screen it goes onto, which is kind of nice. It shows you a balance of forces, so we've got around about double the numbers. We've got just under double their forces. Down with nothing too much. So, first off, several things you can do. Most important, battle objectives. What these are setting yourself challenges in order to get more merits. Now, these can be something simple, like defeat 3 officers, defeat a specific officer, capture bases, or there's other stuff like capture a specific base, which is there, which would be kind of hard to get to because bases aren't actually easy to take. Maintain your troop strength, which is a really good one because it's kind of really easy to do on these early ones, especially on lower difficulties, which normal is kind of low, and stuff like that. So I'm going to that. I am going to. The higher ones tend to be more rewards. Yeah, obviously, like this is a 353, this is 554. There's also time limit on these. Until time limit will start a battle, I think. Oh, okay. So yeah, this is stuff really important. So keep these, get merits, these will help you level up. Battlefield info is basically you go to the battlefield, so where things are. I need to go over bases. Okay. Bases are really important in this game, if you couldn't tell. Just to understand. The standing idea of the base is that you will want to make a unbroken chain from your main camp to their main camp. So, and I want to go from straight south to straight north, in a sense. Apologies if I get louder and quieter, it's the mic. So doing that, I need to conquer bases. Now these can be different types of bases, like your main camp, which is generally where forces respawn. Officers respawn when beaten later on. They also have the most spot turrets, which are used for... I actually don't know, that's the thing. You can break them, but I don't know what they do. Offensive bases are generally better for... if you've got them, they enhance your attack and enable you to break enemy guard. This one's level 3, so that's an important one to get. Secondary bases are actually really useful because in the sense that they actually attract... they actually are linchpins in battles. They're really important, and they haven't really explained why. They explain why in raids. In raids, they're sort of the secondary base, if that makes sense. Defensive base enhances your defense and makes it so your guard is less likely to break. And there's also one more, that's a supply base, which enables better quality items to appear. We have nothing but standard bases right now, but what we can do by going to fortify base is upgrade a base in a certain way. Like we can level it up, which increases your ability. We can, on standard bases, we can level them up. We can get input from the supply base, make a defensive base, make a defensive base, that sort of thing. Oh, it makes you immune to not lag, okay. That sort of thing. We can also set our stratagems. Stratagems are... they're not minor, but they're really big powers. They're not minor, but not big powers. Which you can use in sort of combinations. So, let's say I use Taunt. Taunt, I pull the enemy towards me. The furthest enemy away can resist, but if he doesn't resist, he'll come charging towards me. Can be really good for breaking some formations. Fire attack attacks the whole base. Attacks a base you go into for 30 seconds. If you've got a certain weather conditions, it's also better. The thing is, the weather condition we have right now is actually we don't have any of them. Okay, so I actually really do want to max these out. The bigger a tactic is in what it does, I call them tactics and stratagems, like I keep saying that, the more it costs and the more it takes. Like cover fire, it's across the entire battlefield. It's a large-scale strategy, but you have to have 2 allied units to withdraw. To start it. You also need to defend the base, and the officer starting it needs to survive. If any of those if any of those 2 things don't happen, the tactic fails entirely. So it's really important to get going with that. Moving on from that, we've got officer info, which is basically employing your officer. I have nothing changed here right now. But this enables you to change your weapons, this enables you to change your items, this enables you to change your utility check and move list, which is kind of important if you want to have a go at what you've got. So, I have decent move set. Slide in the belly shell. This is going to be fun. And we can also do a system, which is basically stuff like that. So, this is basically your options of sense. Now, begin battle. Oh, I wonder what that does. Yeah, there's also a tutorial with shift. So, next time on Let's Play Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires, I am going to do the invasion of Chengdu. I'm sorry to cut this here, folks, but we're around the 30-minute mark now, and I know it's going to take longer than 30 minutes. I don't like longer than 30-minute episodes. So, I'll see you next time, folks. Have fun.